Let me quickly cut across to Karnataka, where all the new cabinet ministers will be taking oath. We're looking at the governor, Tarak Chand Gehlot, who's just arrived at the Raj Bhavan. The oath-taking ceremony begins there under Basavaraj Bommai. Remember, Basavaraj Bommai is now the newly nominated, selected Chief Minister for the state of Karnataka. Under his leadership, this cabinet is now forming up. There are 29 ministers who will be taking oath as cabinet ministers today. What's important here to note is that they've equally divided these cabinet berths between those from different communities, castes. 7 OBCs, 3 SCs, 1 ST. We're looking at 8 Vokkaligas, 7 Lingayats. Let me cut across to Nagarjun right there at the Raj Bhavan. Nagarjun, what's the mood there at the Raj Bhavan as 29 ministers are going to be taking oath in just moments from now? We see the governor who's just arrived and reading out.
Well, Nabila, it's the governor as well as Govind Karjol who's taking oath as the minister first. It's the senior leader from the BJP, Mr. Govind Karjol, who's taking oath right now. And 29 ministers will be sworn in today at 2:15 it's began, and also the portfolio distribution will begin in a few minutes, is what we are told. Just after, as soon as the swearing in is over, the portfolio distribution will.
Right, Nagarjun's right there at the Raj Bhavan. This is currently Govind Karjol, who is also lobbying for the Chief Minister's post. He is now taking oath as a cabinet minister. Go on. Go on, Nagarjun. Well, you have Karnataka cabinet formation today, and after much speculation, in fact, finally, cabinet has been announced with 29 names who are now going to be taking oath. This is Govind Karjol, who you see on your screens here, who is also in the running for the Chief Minister's post. Govind Karjol has now taken oath as the minister within Bommai's cabinet. Basavaraj Bommai now the new Chief Minister of Karnataka. In fact, Bommai hectically went up and down Delhi, Bengaluru for the last few days, trying to discuss and finalize this cabinet list. And finally, it appears that the BJP High Command has now given an approved list of people who will be part of Bommai's cabinet. Nagarjun, if you can hear me, take us through those names that were expected and those that were a surprise in this new cabinet of Bommai.
Well, Nabila, the cabinet swearing in has begun just now. 29 ministers will be sworn in right now as ministers, those MLAs. And it has a wide range of MLAs, including Lingayats, Vokkaligas, SC, ST, and from the Brahmin community. What's surprising is that few first-timers, in the sense that entered the cabinet for the first time. That is Muniratna, Sunil Kumar, and BC Nagesh. Others have joined the cabinet just for the first time. They're all 2 to 3 time ministers, and today they're taking oath. And the surprising part is people who have been dropped out. Suresh Kumar, Arvind Limbavali, both senior party leaders and former ministers from Bangalore city itself. Both of them have been dropped. One the Brahmin community, one the Dalit community. Both have been dropped. Along with Lakshman Saudi, who was the Deputy Chief Minister, even he has been dropped. So a clear message from the party that underperformance cannot be tolerated, and these members will have to be taking charge of the party and work towards the party. Seniors have been dropped, like I was talking about Saudi and Limbavali as well. Few seniors are still retained because the Chief Minister said it's a mix of both the new and young faces and experience. Like you're seeing on our screen, Mr. Ishwarappa, who's around 72 years and who's been a Deputy CM before, is being sworn in once again. Murugesh Nirani has been sworn in for the 5 times, and this is the 5th time that he's being sworn in as minister, as well as young faces too. But the cabinet portfolio allocation might happen by this evening or tomorrow morning, and that's another big headache because now everyone wants to have a portfolio which has big budgetary allocations, pro-development portfolios. They don't want a small portfolio. And to satisfy especially the turncoats who came in from Congress and JDS will be a big task for the Chief Minister here. And also, he'll have to take care of Mr. Yediyurappa. He would want certain portfolios to be given to certain MLAs. So all this permutation combination will have to be done. Protests have already erupted. Cabinet aspirants who could not get into the cabinet, their followers across Karnataka have started to protest. And it's happening across Karnataka, in Haveri, in Bengaluru, in other parts of Karnataka as well right now.
Right. Well, of course, protests inevitable. This was expected that there will be dissent because, like you did mention, Nagarjun, there was a lot of permutation combination that Basaraj Bommai would have to go through. He would have to strategize. And clearly here we're looking at several names who've been actually honored. They've been inducted in the cabinet, including the person that you see right here on your screens is K.S. Ishwarappa, who is one of the oldest members of the BJP, a hardcore loyalist of the party, who has been part of the party through and through, has also been a vocal critic of Yediyurappa time and again. But Ishwarappa here earlier was expected would be dropped out. He's now been roped into the cabinet. He's 72 years of age. He's now yet again been roped in as the deputy, as in fact the cabinet minister. He was once earlier a deputy chief minister of Karnataka. Now we are looking at several names that have been inducted, a few of them dropped. Nagarjun, Vijayendra, Yediyurappa's son, has been dropped out of the cabinet.
That is true. In fact, he did want to get into the cabinet. Both father and son tried hard is what we are told, but however he could not make the cut. Vijayendra is not a part of the cabinet. The chief minister also confirmed that Nadda, the party president, did speak to Yediyurappa himself on the phone today. Arun Singh, who's the in charge of Karnataka BJP, also did speak to Vijayendra this morning and spoke to him about his future in the party and why he's not being considered within the cabinet, and he missed out is what we are told, but however he would be given some party charges is what the sources say.
Right. Nagarjun, here we see R. Ashok taking oath. This is quite interesting because he was in the running for the chief ministerial position as well, the post for the chief minister. He is also known as Yediyurappa loyalist. In fact, R. Ashok was touted to be one of the deputy chief ministers under Basaraj Bommai, but it appears that that post itself is now quashed. There will be no deputy chief minister in Bommai's cabinet. R. Ashoka now takes oath as a cabinet minister.
That is true. All the three deputy chief minister posts have been removed. It's a complete revamp to the whole cabinet. Earlier there were three deputy chief ministers, one from the Vokkaliga, Lingayat and the Dalit community, and now it's been removed because they want to throw in their weight behind the new chief minister. And last time, in the last 2 years, the three deputy chief ministers were not up to the mark is what the party feels, and then the whole scenario of Yediyurappa resigning, the party now has thrown its complete weight behind Mr. Bommai and asked him to take charge and lead it from the front. So there's no deputy CMs. However, we knew that R. Ashok was one of the top contenders for the deputy CM post, but unfortunately for him, the party has decided not to have any such posts, and is number 3 today in the swearing in after Mr. Karjol and Ishwarappa. He's the next senior most MLA who's been sworn in as a minister today.
Well, we're looking at these ministers who are taking oath amid all that tensions that was brewing so far. But you know what's interesting, Nagarjun, that this is the third cabinet in Karnataka in 3 years' time.
Well, that is true. 2018 was the first cabinet with JDS and Congress coalition, and then 2019 when Yediyurappa took over as CM, then there was another cabinet. Now there's the third cabinet which is being formed. Since 2018, not just cabinet, we have seen different chief ministers. This is the third chief minister. Started with Kumaraswamy as CM in 2018 post the general election. Then Mr. Yediyurappa, and now it's Mr. Bommai. So 3 chief ministers in the last 3 years and 3 cabinets as well.
Well, we're really hoping, Nagarjun, that this cabinet lasts for the next 2 years. 2023 is when the next upcoming assembly elections will be scheduled. We're looking at Basaraj Bommai now, who will be at the helm of affairs. Here's Sriramulu. Take us through, Nagarjun. Also, Sriramulu was vying for the post of Deputy Chief Minister. He lobbied hard as well. He's now taking oath as a cabinet minister. He's got plum posts in the past, including that of Health Minister during the COVID pandemic.
That is true. Sriramulu did hope for to become the Deputy Chief Minister. He did lobby for it. He was in Delhi as well. He's the main ST face for Karnataka BJP and is one of the mass leaders across North and Central Karnataka. Unfortunately for him, like I said, there was no Deputy CM post and he was top contender for the Deputy CM post as well. He took on Siddaramaiah, remember, in Badami and lost just by a mere margin of 3,000 votes. So it was to that level that Sriramulu has been respected within the party, that he was touted to be the next Dalit or ST mass leader of Karnataka, and he missed out on the Deputy CM post. He was earlier Health Minister and Social Welfare Minister, and now once again he's been sworn in.
Well, here you have it. Sriramulu, who is now taking oath as one of the cabinet ministers. Now, there was a lot of speculation whether or not this cabinet will come into play as early as today. In fact, Basuraj Bommai has been making the rounds between Delhi and Bengaluru, meeting with the BJP High Command. And finally, it appears that JP Nadda was the one who gave out a list, an approved list. Is that right, Nagarjun? The BJP High Command has been integral in choosing the ministers in the cabinet?
Well, absolutely. We saw the Chief Minister go to Delhi on Sunday and stay back till Tuesday, and he had series of meetings with JP Nadda, Amit Shah, Arun Singh, BL Santosh, Dharmendra Pradhan. So the stamp of the cabinet has complete approval of the High Command. It has been taken into consideration after a lot of discussion with the Chief Minister. Chief Minister also did have his way, so it's a 50-50 of it. The party also wanted very firmly certain names to be in the cabinet, and the Chief Minister also very certain about 2-3 names that he wanted, and together they did a negotiation, and also the series of discussion went on to 3 days because seniors had to be dropped and caste combination had to be taken care of. Like, for example, if you're dropping a Suresh Kumar or a Limbavali from Bangalore, so we'll have to accommodate someone from the same community. So all these discussions were happening, and that's the reason it took time. Till last night, in fact, this morning, the Chief Minister came from Delhi at 6 o'clock in the morning. He took a flight, and in the afternoon, we are seeing the swearing in. It was a long process, but it has clear stamp of the High Command on this cabinet.
Well, clearly, it's quite a Herculean task for Basuraj Bommai. Undoubtedly, there you have it, Basuraj Bommai on stage meeting with Sriramulu. Of course, a lot of pleasantries exchanged there. Many of them were really hoping to make it into the cabinet, and finally they're here. Somsekhar on the stage, take us through Nagarjun. He's got a cabinet berth this time around again.
That's to Somanna also has been one of the senior most minister. He was in the verge of being dropped, but fortunately for him, he survived. Perhaps they wanted some senior members with their experience to be here in the cabinet. He was the earlier housing minister, and Mr. Somanna has not been just a core BJP. He's been in Congress, he's been in JDS, but of course one of the senior most MLAs in Karnataka, and hence his experience is needed, what the party feels. And then he was told this morning to be sworn in as the minister in Karnataka. He got a call from the Chief Minister himself. He's around 72 years, but however, fortunately for him, he survived and did not get dropped from the cabinet.
Well, Nagarjun, we're looking at least 29 ministers taking oath here. The Karnataka cabinet is finally being formed. The third cabinet in 3 years since the government, in fact, now has come to power. The BJP's second cabinet here, this time around under Basuraj Bommai, a new cabinet that's being formed, all checked by the BJP High Command, and now oath-taking ceremony currently underway. On this note, I'm going to slip into a short break. We'll be right back with tracking all these updates on the other side.